What's going on, everyone? We are breaking down CrossFit Open 18.1. The Open is here. I hope you're ready. I hope you're prepared. For most of you, you've had 47 weeks. If you haven't grabbed a dumbbell, well, guess what? That's your fault. But I think most of us learned from last year, and I think dumbbells have been in our training pretty consistently. So Dave throws a new movement at us, and it's the dumbbell hang, clean, and jerk, single arm, okay? So the workout, we've got 20-minute AMRAP. 8 toes to bar, 10 dumbbell hang power clean and jerks at the traditional 50 and 35 for male and female. And we've got it at 5 each arm, so it's not alternating, so it's 5 and then switch. You have to switch at the face, okay? You can't switch above the head. Still same from 18.0. And we've got 12 calories on the rower, male, female. Okay, traditional split here. Women are going to do a little bit less calories than men. So a couple things to think about. We're talking about the toe to bar, 8 toe to bar. So every athlete is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about the higher level athlete first. The higher level athlete, anyone who's going to be in that top 500 range in the region, is going to do these unbroken, okay? You have to do 8 toes to bar. Okay, that is a staple to be able to do 8 toes to bar for maybe 10 or 11 rounds, which I think is where most people are going to be at. Okay, we're talking about pacing from the beginning, so that means good, solid transition times from the toe to bar down to the hang power cleans. Grab it, make sure you stand up all the way. So the hang power clean standard is going to be, if you watch Sam got no reps quite a few times when her and Kristen were going against each other. So she came from here and she went straight up. They're going to make you stand up, clear the hip, open it up, load down, boom, press. Okay, so when we're doing the hang, clean, and jerk, a lot of us are going to want to push press at first, and that's fine. But make sure that you're comfortable push jerking once you get tired, okay? We don't want to have that dumbbell start to stumble around and play with it and sit it on our shoulder and waste valuable time, all right? Then we're going to move into 12 calories on the rower. So this is where the difference is made from the person who's just going to move consistently through here and get 10 rounds or so, and where you watch Sam, who crushed it and got into the 14th round. It's because if you watched her rower, she was pulling in the 12 and 1300s probably for most of that 20 minutes. That's going to be very hard to do for pretty much any other human on the planet. So for most of us, I suggest, like I said, if you're really trying to make that push, you really want to do well, we push here, 8 toes to bar unbroken, good transition, 5 and 5, okay, switching in the air, and then we use these calories on the rower as a recovery. I'm not saying you need to be pulling in 600 or 700. That means your calories on the monitor need to be around, if you're a female, they need to be around 8, 9, 1,000, depending on how fast your transitions are, okay? If you're a male wanting to get to that range, you need to be, upwards of 11 or 1,200. If you're really pushing it, you're making those top scores, you need to be 13 or 1,400, switching very fast through these, okay? Now, if you finish your first round, when Sam and Kristen were going, Sam averaged pretty much 90 seconds around the whole time. It was almost to a T, finishing 13 rounds and change, okay? Almost to a T. I calculated them. She had a couple rounds at like 126. I think a couple rounds late were like 132, but it ended up being the same. Kristen came out hot, and she fell off a little bit. She had a couple 2-minute rounds there at the end. Maybe not 2 minutes. It was about a minute 50. And Sam was catching her slower and slower up until the 6th, and then just kind of blew away, right? And almost caught her as a lapped round, all right? So she came out really hot and slowed down. That's still an amazing pace. If you can keep it, great. If not, then we need to start a little bit slower. I think a good pace is going to be, they were taking this about 40 seconds to 45 seconds, okay? And the same thing here, about 45 seconds. That's with transition. So for the most of us, in my mind, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking most of us need to be just around 50 seconds for this. Take your few seconds transition, which is going to be about 6 to 7 seconds to get to the rower, get on. Your judge one of the best things that I saw was the judges were starting and stopping the rower. That's huge. Very, 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 very huge for transition time. So that's great. And they were also getting in and out of the rower. I personally like to have my athletes and myself keep the straps just loose enough so I can slide in and out and I don't have to touch them. If you watch Sam and Kristen, they both got in, tightened them, and then they got out and pushed them away. But when you don't have to mess with the monitor, it helps a lot. So that's whatever you're most comfortable with. getting to here. So this is going to take another about 40 seconds or so. Okay, this is 40 seconds and 14 calories in 40 seconds is not that fast. That's a 1200 pace roughly. Okay, same thing with the girls. 12 calories in 40 seconds is about 1000 pace. Okay, all right. So yes, that's right. Maybe 1100. All right, maybe 12 or 1300. So again, depending on where you are, don't start out hot. If you finish your first round in minute 10, slow down. You don't have to rush through any of this. If you watch them, they were calm and collected through the whole thing. Okay, now how are we going to prep for the workout? All right, so let me turn this around here. All right, sorry. Right. All right, we're going to check to make sure it's in the screen. Doing this by myself. All right, perfect. Okay, so the workout or the warm-up for 18.1. This is what I'm thinking. This is how I think we should do it. Nice 500-meter row, maybe 750 depending on how you feel. We're going to go into 8 scap pull-ups, hanging on the bar, pulling down, okay? Banded face pulls. You can do it on a crossover symmetry or some other band you have in the gym or a small body band, okay? It's going to be here, pulling to the face, opening up the shoulders, and repeat. 12 of those. Then we're going to go into 8 kip swings. That's hopping on the bar, going back from hollow to arch, nice and controlled. All right. Then we're going into 5 dumbbell high pulls each arm. So it's just here, boom, boom, 5 times, switch arms, boom. All right. We're going to do this at a little bit lighter of a weight. You don't have to take the weight all the way to the 50, 35, or whatever the scaled weight is, which I believe is 35, 25. That's what it was. 35, 20, which is what it was last year. Then we're going to go into 5 dumbbell push press. Okay, if you plan on push jerking, then do push jerks here. Okay, I'm going to push press. I'm going to have most of my athletes. It's a little more efficient. It's a little faster. Okay, so 5 dumbbell push press, dip and drive, dip and drive. Okay, we're going to do that for 3 rounds. This is not a race. We don't want to win the warm up here. Nice and calm and collected. Okay, feel, get some sweat, get that cardiovascular flow. Okay, get that blood temperature a little bit up. Okay, get warm. All right, this isn't just, foam rolling on the ground, sitting there, your thumb up your nose, right? So finger up your nose. Then we're going to go into 2 rounds of 18.1. Okay, so we're going to use the weight we're going to use in the workout. We're going to go nice calm pace initially, 60%. So I still want you to be unbroken in each piece. Nice transition time, okay? Nice and slow. And then the next round I want it to be about 80% of whatever your pace is going to be. So if you're going to be at 2-minute pace, that means your first one is going to be maybe 2.5 minutes. All right, and your second one's going to be like maybe 220, maybe 240 here, maybe 220 there, okay? And then give me a couple minutes of rest, get some water, do whatever you have to do, and then it's game time. Then we're going to crush 18.1, and we're going to show Dave Castro that we've all been ready for the CrossFit Open 2018. One of my biggest rules I want to make sure is no water. I don't care. It's a 20-minute workout. It's not Murph. You don't have to have water. It's just wasted time. It's just time that you are going to lose. My biggest tip is transition. Just go to the next piece. Once you're done, don't wait. Just walk over to it, take your breath, and pick it up and go. Best thing about short chunks like this is most of you guys can do them unbroken or in 2 sets. But they're small enough and they're easy enough that we don't have to rest a lot. Okay? As long as we don't blow ourselves out on the rower, we're going to be able to go right to the toe bar. Okay? From the toe bar, we're going to be able to go right to the dumbbell. And from the dumbbell, take your breath, hop on the rower, grab the handle. Maybe your first cal or 2, catch your breath. All right? And then get into your flow. All right, guys? That's 18.1 breakdown and the warm-up. I hope you guys crush this workout. And please contact me. Message me on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or email or text, whatever, if you have any questions. And good luck, and I will see you next week.